Good afternoon, everybody. I hope your Sunday is so well. I'm just making this short little video to just before we get into the wind of going to pay taxes and going back to day-to-day life after the holidays. I just wanted to make this quick video because as I'm meeting with one of my girls this morning, and we're sitting here and we're having our discussion, and I just thought I should make this video because what is power to you? What does power mean to you? When you think about power and the power that you have, how do you use it effectively? And sometimes we allow our flesh to get in the way of our power because we and we allow this to also, we want it to ultimately align to the path that we have been destined for. And you know when you're on your path, that things just align for you organically. Things just happen naturally. You don't really have to go into that struggle mentality of hustling or getting this done or getting that done, because you understand that literally health is wealth. And so when your health is your wealth and that's your dominant status for yourself, you ultimately just don't have to force life just happens with ease for you. And so while we are sitting here starting the budgeting for the month of January and starting the we are trying to start this month off right? And within that is power itself, starting right. And so I have to ask, what does power mean to you? Because when I think about power, I don't think of it as in terms of my power is my source for me to be able to stay alive. Power to me is a force to be able to do more. And a lot of the women that I come along with, we tend to put our power out before we're able to even finish the destiny, before we even get to the destiny's finish line. So in 2022, as we start as we set our calculators to start the calculating, think about what it is that you're budgeting for, because this is going to set the mold for next month. It's going to make you want to pick up that budgeting book at the beginning of next month, because we quit before we get to the finish line. Yes, 2021 was remarkable. We have come so far in self that 2021 closed a huge gap for women. And with me being a single mother and understanding that one day I will have to pass this knowledge on to a little person who's going to have to know how to sustain if they ever fall, because I'm preparing for him to fail. I'm preparing for him to. It hurt me to my core when I started to pick up habits and areas because I wasn't fully committed to something, because it scared me. And fear, on the other side of fear, is everything that you could ever imagine. And the fear of me failing was not what kept me in a cycle. It was the fear of not knowing what's on the other side of fear. It's me not facing my own reality, me not being able to understand my limits. And this year I took those habits and I wrote them down, and I tried to figure out this thing called life by myself again. And this time I did it without putting me first. I put Allah first, and let me just because this is where his power comes in. When I prepare for him to fail, I'm prepared for him to not know. I'm preparing for him to not be okay one day. And for those reasons are the reasons why I have to keep budgeting, because at the end of the day, if he fails, he needs somewhere to come to. If he fails, he needs to understand that, hey, at the end of the day, we can pick back up. But if you never try, if you never fulfill it, then all you're going to ever get is half-asses. And it's so many half-ass adults in this world because the parents never told them, their kids, that it's okay to fail. So once they do fail, because it hurt me to my core when I started, and I felt like I was neglecting him, because I was driven on being so far ahead on my dream, like going to different states, just traveling and trying to make this vision come true, this dream come true. And yes, I fought hard, and I'm still fighting for it. And it struck me so hard because I was the only one putting in for effort towards this child. And I was the only one that was giving my all to this little person who was going to eventually become its own adult. I had to stop and think about that. Like, wait, where am I putting my power? Am I giving it to my son? Because he needs all of me right now. And so I started to just pray on it, because God took me through some stuff, and it was a moment in my life where, hey, I didn't even care about the music. I just wanted to be rich and not paying attention that, I mean, I didn't know. I don't even know how much money I done saved organically. And I didn't even do it on purpose. It was just, once I put my power into learning this person that God had gave me, I had to really, really buckle down, and I just was emptying. Like, my checks was coming in the forms of dollar bills, because I knew that I wasn't going to be broke with this little person. And a lot of people, especially family, they had their own opinion of what your version of broke is. And when people don't understand that investing took a lot out of me, because I, coming from a family who didn't have $10 to give you, I don't want to feel like that ever. I don't want my son not to be able to come to me and ask me for help when he needs it most. I don't want him to be out here feeling as if that what people have to offer you is better than you opening up your mouth and talking to me, So I had to realize where I was putting my power, because although I can go to a record label right now and get a deal, I also can put the money behind me and my son and create a family and a revenue stream that's going to feed multiple musicians and families. So my power is my voice. And when I use my voice, I use it to be able to pull people up, because I understand that I've been on a bus stop, I've been homeless, I've been broke, I've been without, so there's nothing in this world that I ain't never had. There's nothing in this world that I ain't had. I've had the best and I've had the worst. And those things don't matter to me. The thing that matters to me is that I can go to God at the end of the day and say, Lord, you assigned this to me. You assigned this to me. I finished it. I'm working on this, and I'm headed for this. And it's a piece of me that gives so much effort to this. it's so much of me that gives effort to this dream of being this super mom. You know, when I wanted to have kids, I wanted to be established. I wanted to know what it is that I was giving my children. So being in a space where I had to learn how to love somebody, learn how to grow somebody that initially I didn't know how to. All I knew how to do was go to work and go to school. And a lot of that came from a parent who couldn't teach me certain things. And I want to be able to teach my son what it is necessary for him to learn in any society. So know your power, because somebody else waiting to use it against you. And the fact that a lot of women, our powers get used against us because we don't know certain traits. And if you have a mentality like I did, where my mentality was, I'm half in, half out, because just in case this don't work, I need to be out of it. I need to know that. And the last year I was not focused on a lot of stuff, but God said, "Girl, you manifesting." And he was sitting back in the corner watching me manifest, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, she don't even realize." And I had to realize that half of the stuff that I was manifesting was just a placebo. It was just in case I wasn't, in case this is it, this is for me. And how I knew the difference was because what was meant for me stayed. What was meant for me knew it was for me and assigned itself to me. And so I had to be okay with cultivating my dream, growing my business, because it was only through my business where I found salvation. And that's why a lot of our people turn to crackheads and all of that, because we get so hurt. We get into the business of being God. And a lot of our people, they use their label. They use their labels to validate their status in life. So in order for them to feel good, they gotta use your clothes don't cost as much as mine, or this, that, and the other. And what I had to start to realize is that those people who love labels, and I never said there's nothing wrong with that. We're not gonna get into numbers, because if you really want to know, like I buy expensive stuff without having to compromise my own pockets. But anyway, I definitely have this truth about me, and within the power is the truth. And the reason a lot of our people turn to these self-devoted crackheads is because you get them trapped into these personal experiences. You get people who get trapped into these personal experiences with these people who act as if they're gods, as if they are higher than. And that's where that status come from. When God is solely the intuition, stop trying to make him a personal a being term material, because once you do that, you're playing with the balance of life. Because God is nothing more than an intuition. Our ancestors used intuition. That's how the French are able to do this. The British are able to do this. This is how they are able to create monarchies, because you guys don't understand power, and so you're placing your power in all of the wrong places. And now we're running into so many other issues in the spiritual.
Subscribe, like, and share for more content.